You're standing on the edge of another day, telling yourself you're fine, but deep down, you know you're exhausted. And before you say another word, listen carefully. Allah already knows. He knows you are tired, tired in ways you can't explain, tired in places no one can see, tired from battles no one knows you're fighting. Yet here you are, still trying, still moving, still holding on. And that alone is a sign of your strength. You see, Allah never asks you to pretend. He never asks you to hide your pain behind forced smiles or empty phrases. He doesn't require you to be unbreakable. He only asks you to come to Him as you are, exhausted, overwhelmed, unsure, trembling, even broken. Because with every breath you take, every tear you wipe quietly at night, every moment you say, Allah, help me, even if it's just a whisper, He hears you and He responds. Maybe your heart is heavy with responsibilities that feel too big for your shoulders. Maybe you're drowning in expectations, fighting invisible fears, or carrying wounds from the past that refuse to heal. Maybe you wake up every day praying today will be different, but it feels like the same struggle over and over again. Still you walk forward, still you get up, still you do what you can, even when it hurts. That perseverance is not unnoticed. Allah sees it all. He knows the nights you lie awake overthinking. He knows the weight pressing on your chest. He knows how hard it is for you to keep going when you feel like quitting. But Allah is closer to you than your own heartbeat, and He promises you, with hardship comes ease. But He doesn't say that ease will come immediately. He tells you that ease is already written, already destined, already on its way, even if you don't see it yet. There are days when the world feels too loud, too demanding, too unforgiving. Days when your soul just wants to rest, but everything around you keeps pulling. But remember, you are not meant to carry everything alone. You were never meant to be your own source of strength. That is why Allah introduces Himself as Al-Latif, the one who is gentle with His servants, who understands the thoughts you cannot put into words, who heals the wounds you've hidden for years, who sends calm into your heart exactly when you feel like you're breaking. Sometimes Allah puts you in a position where all your supports fall away. Not because He wants you to suffer, but because He wants you to realize that He is the only support that never collapses. He removes what you relied on so you can rely on Him. He closes one door so dramatically that you have no choice but to turn toward the one He has opened for you. And sometimes He keeps you in a difficult place because that place is shaping you in ways comfort never could. Your tears are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of being humans. Even the Prophet lets even the strongest hearts bend. Even the bravest souls break. So who told you that you need to endure everything silently? Who told you that feeling tired makes you ungrateful? Allah never said that. In fact, the moment you turn to Him with your fatigue, your frustration, your confusion, you are worshiping Him in one of the most sincere ways possible. You see, exhaustion doesn't mean you're failing. Exhaustion means you're fighting. It means you're trying. And Allah knows how much effort you put into everything. The things you speak about and the things you hide. He knows the silent sacrifices you make. He knows every moment you choose patience when your heart wants to collapse. He knows every time you forgive when you could have held a grudge. He knows when you smile so others won't worry. He knows when you keep pushing even with trembling hands. And none of this is wasted. Every step you take toward goodness is written. Every moment you hold back from sin is written. Every silent door you make in the middle of your pain is written. Allah counts it all. Even the things you thought were too small to be noticed. Yes, you're tired. But Allah is the rest giver. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, the one who paints hope into hopeless hearts and lifts people from darkness at the exact moment they think they cannot rise again. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not alone. Allah is preparing something for you. Not just something good, but something better than what you prayed for. Something that will make sense of every sleepless night, every tear, every heartbreak, every disappointment. You may not understand the wisdom behind this chapter yet, but one day you will look back and say, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be here. One day your pain will become your strength. Your struggle will become your story. Your hardship will become your elevation. Allah doesn't test you to break you. He tests you to build you. And what He builds cannot be destroyed. So breathe. Just breathe. Slow down for a moment. Feel the comfort of knowing that Allah is watching over you, guiding you, protecting you, loving you more than you love yourself. Your journey is not finished. Your story is still unfolding. And Allah is writing something beautiful for you, something that will heal you in ways you didn't know you needed. Hold on. Not because you're strong, but because Allah is. Cry if you need to. Rest if you need to. But don't lose hope. Don't think your du'as are floating unanswered in the sky. Don't think your efforts are overlooked. Allah is working for you in the unseen, arranging encounters, removing dangers, softening hearts, opening doors, placing opportunities in your path that you don't even realize yet. You are tired, yes, but you are also chosen. Chosen to rise, chosen to grow, chosen to become someone stronger, wiser, and more beautiful than you were before. And that transformation takes time, it takes patience, it takes faith, sometimes it takes pain. But Allah promises He does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. If this is happening to you, it's because you can handle it even if you don't feel like you can. Allah sees something in you that you haven't seen in yourself yet. So tonight, when you lay your head down, talk to Him. Tell Him everything, the things that hurt, the things that confuse you, the things you're scared to admit. He already knows, but He loves when you come to Him. You will feel lighter, not because your problems disappear instantly, but because your heart will remember who is truly in control. Allah knows you are tired, He knows you are trying, and He knows soon, very soon, your relief will arrive. Your ease will unfold, your heart will heal, and you will look back at this moment and whisper, Alhamdulillah, Allah was with me all along. You think your silence goes unnoticed, but Allah hears the words your heart is too tired to say. You think your strength is fading, but Allah is holding you together in ways you don't even realize. You think your journey is slow, but Allah is guiding every step, even the ones that feel like setbacks. Sometimes the biggest mercy is not in what Allah gives, but in what He holds back, because He knows what your heart can carry and what would break you. There are moments when you look at your life and wonder, oh, why is everything so hard for me? You see people around you smiling, laughing, living effortlessly while you feel like you're walking through a storm that never ends. But Allah knows the weight of your storm. He knows how your heart trembles, how your mind overthinks, how your soul aches for a moment of peace. And He promises you, after every hardship there will be ease. Sometimes the ease comes slowly, like a sunrise that takes its time, but once it arrives, it changes everything. You weren't created to live without struggle. You were created to grow through struggle. Flowers bloom after rain. Rivers carve valleys through pressure. Diamonds are made through force. Souls strengthened through tests. Allah is not punishing you. He is polishing you. He is shaping you into someone who will rise from this trial with a heart more connected to Him than ever before. Every time you feel like collapsing, remember, the one who created your heart knows exactly how to heal it. He knows how to send you peace in unimaginable ways. Sometimes that peace comes in the form of a verse that suddenly hits you differently. Sometimes it comes in a quiet moment when everything feels still. Sometimes it comes from a person who shows up at the right time. And sometimes it comes from a pain that finally begins to loosen its grip. You are tired, yes. But that tiredness is not the end of your story. It is a pause, a chapter near your story. A test, a transition into something greater. Allah doesn't write painful chapters without preparing beautiful endings. You merely need to trust the author of your story more than the pages you're currently on. There are days when you don't feel like the strong one people think you are. Days when your soul whispers, I can't do this anymore. But that whisper is a dua in disguise. Allah hears it. Allah sees the moment your chest tightens. Allah sees when your eyes fill with tears you refuse to let fall. And He says to your heart, even when you can't hear it, I am with you. I am guiding you. I am strengthening you. Don't give up. You may feel like your life is stuck, like your dreams are fading, like your prayers are bouncing back unanswered. But the delay is not denial. The delay is preparation. Allah is preparing you for what you asked for. Sometimes He delays because your heart isn't ready yet. Sometimes He delays because He is aligning the universe in your favor. Sometimes He delays because what you ask for is too small compared to what He plans to give. And sometimes He delays to bring you closer to Him. Pain builds a relationship with Allah that comfort never could. The tears you shed in sujood, the whispered tears in the dark, the hope you cling to when everything feels lost. These are the moments that elevate you, purify you, transform you. Do not think your tears are ignored. Not a single tear falls without a reason written for it. Not a single hardship touches you except that it carries a hidden gift. Not a single prayer escapes your lips except that it reaches the one who never forgets. You are tired because you care. You are tired because you love deeply, fight quietly, give generously, and endure silently. But Allah knows this. He knows what your heart carries, and He knows how close you are to the moment when everything finally makes sense. You may not feel it now, but your breakthrough is coming. Allah is not a harsh Lord. He is not watching you suffer without mercy. He is not delaying your ease out of neglect. Every moment of difficulty is a step toward elevation. Every hardship is a seed for future blessings. Every tear is watering something beautiful that hasn't bloomed yet. Don't underestimate how far you have already come. The things that broke you months ago no longer break you. The things that scared you before no longer scared you the same way. The wounds you thought would never heal now feel lighter. That is not coincidence. That is Allah healing you slowly, gently, perfectly. Even now, while reading these words, Allah is softening your heart, calming your mind, and reminding your soul that it was never alone. He knows you are tired, but He also knows the strength He placed inside you, a strength you might not even believe you have. When you feel like you can't take another step, remember that walking to Allah is not measured in distance. It is measured in sincerity. Sometimes crawling counts as progress. Sometimes simply breathing counts as worship. Sometimes holding on to faith counts as victory. Every time you choose patience, you are rewarded. Every time you choose silence over anger, you are rewarded. Every time you choose kindness over revenge, you are rewarded. Every time you choose hope over despair, you are rewarded. Allah sees it all. So don't let your tiredness convince you that you're failing. You're not failing. You're transforming. You're growing. You're being reshaped for something far greater than what you lost. Allah knows the weight of your past. He knows the uncertainty of your present. And He knows the beauty of your future. Yes, beauty, even if you cannot see anything beautiful right now. Allah knows the exact moment your life will shift, the exact moment your heart will lighten, the exact moment your prayers will be answered in a way that makes you forget the years of waiting. One day soon you will smile again with a smile that comes from healing, not pretending. One day your heart will feel peace, not temporary relief, but deep, quiet, lasting peace. And you will say, as every believer eventually says, Allah knew what I did not. Allah planned what I couldn't. Allah never left me for a moment. Allah knows you are tired, but He also knows you are closer than you think. You wake up some mornings feeling like the world is heavier than it was yesterday. You try to smile, try to act normal, try to carry on with routines even though your heart feels worn and your soul feels drained. And still, Allah watches you rise despite the weight pressing on your chest. That rising alone is worship. That rising alone is courage. That rising alone is proof that Allah placed something extraordinary inside you. You might feel small, but your patience is enormous in the sight of Allah. You might feel unseen, but your struggles are witnessed by the Lord of the heavens. You might feel like you're breaking apart, but Allah is gathering your pieces in ways you don't yet understand. Nothing in your life is random. Not the pain, not the delay, not the confusion. Everything has a divine thread connecting it, weaving a story that one day will take your breath away. Some days you wonder if Allah is truly listening. You whisper your du'as at night and feel like nothing changes. You make sujood with a trembling heart, hoping for a sign. You hold on to hope with fingers slipping. But understand this, Allah doesn't forget the sound of your voice. He doesn't forget the nights you stayed awake asking Him for strength. He doesn't forget the battles you fight alone. He doesn't forget the moments when your heart says, Ya Allah, I can't do this without you. He is Al-Mujib, the one who answers, but He answers with perfect timing. Not when you are ready, when your destiny is ready. Not when you demand, when your heart is prepared. Not when you expect, when the story aligns in the unseen. His delay is not neglect, it is protection. Protection from what you are not ready for. Protection from what would harm you. Protection from choosing something too small compared to what He plans to give you. And while you wait, He is teaching you resilience, teaching you trust, teaching you to depend on Him more than anything else, teaching you that the world cannot give you what only He can provide. Teaching you to be patient, not because you have no choice, but because patience elevates your soul to a level where His mercy pours down in ways you've never imagined. Look back at your life for a moment. Think of the things you thought you would never get through. the heartbreaks you thought would destroy you, the losses you thought you would never recover from, the situations that kept you awake for months. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still standing, still moving. You survived what once terrified you. You endured what once shattered you. That is not weakness. That is the mercy of Allah carrying you through every moment when you thought you were alone. You may not know it, but you have bloomed in darkness before. You have found strength in places that once felt hollow. You have rebuilt yourself from ruins you never thought you could rise from. And Allah knows it, every bit of it, every silent victory, every hidden battle, every tear you wiped quietly, not wanting anyone to see. He knows, and He holds all of it in His mercy. Sometimes Allah hides your ease inside your patience. Sometimes He hides your growth inside your hardship. Sometimes He hides your blessings inside your struggles. And sometimes He hides your miracle inside your surrender. When you say, Ya Allah, I leave it to you, that moment opens doors you never imagined. You don't have to pretend to be strong all the time. Even strong hearts collapse. Even the most faithful souls tremble. Even the bravest people have nights where they break down quietly. Allah didn't create you to be made of steel. He created you to feel, to cry, to seek Him, to grow. He created you human, with weaknesses that push you toward His strength. When the world becomes too loud and your mind becomes too heavy, pause. Just pause. Close your eyes and breathe. Remind yourself that you are held, you are protected, you are guided, you are loved. Allah is watching over every detail of your life. Even the ones that confuse you, even the ones that hurt you, even the ones that keep you up at night. You may think nothing is changing, but Allah is shifting things in the unseen. He is rearranging circumstances. He is softening hearts. He is moving obstacles. He is planting seeds of ease that will soon bloom into miracles. Just because you cannot see the work does not mean the work isn't happening. Your story is not stagnant. It is moving. It is unfolding. It is becoming something beautifully written. You just haven't reached the chapter of clarity yet, but you will. One day you will look back at this moment, the exhaustion, the confusion, the heaviness, and you will understand why it had to happen. You will see the doors that opened from it. You will see the strength you gained through it. You will see the people you met because of it. You will see the blessings that were disguised in the delay. You will see the wisdom in every and not yet. Allah knows you are tired. He knows you're doing your best even when you feel like you're failing. He knows you're trying to hold on to faith even when your heart feels weak. He loves you for trying. He rewards you for trying. He lifts you because you're trying. Sometimes you just need to remind yourself, Allah is not done with you. He is not done writing your miracles. He's not done healing your heart. He's not done guiding your steps. He's not done opening doors you haven't even knocked on yet. Your life is not meant to stay in darkness. Allah did not bring you this far to leave you here. Keep walking, even if your steps are slow, even if your heart feels heavy, even if your hope feels small. Your tiredness is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that you're close, very close, to breakthrough, to healing, to answered prayers, to the moment Allah turns your tears into... Remember this, Allah sees every pain that no one else sees. Allah hears every prayer you whisper in fear. Allah knows every effort you make in silence. And Allah will never let your sincerity go to waste. Your ease is written. Your happiness is written. Your relief is written. And when the time comes, when Allah opens that door, you will forget the years you spent worrying. You will forget the nights you spent crying. You will forget the doubts that haunted you. And your heart will say, Subhanallah was preparing me for. You are tired, but you are held. You are held. And Allah never lets go.